A little light on inventory yesterday with the price dip. It was going out the door pretty fast.
People were taking advantage of the dip, huh?
They sure were.
SD Bullion is giving away a monster box of 2024 Tree of Life silver coins. For a chance to win, sign up at sdbullion.com/sweepstakes.
Hey, what's up? Good morning. Good to see you, Adrian. Richard, good to see you.
Silver Dragons, welcome.
Harry, good to see you. Oh, you're already charging me for something. It's another day. We're here at the coin shop. What I wanted to do was maybe look at the cases, a little bit of a tour. So if people ever decide to come here, they'll kind of know what to expect.
Yes, and the idea is we try to have something for everyone. We all fall short of that, but we try to accommodate the hobby, the stacker, the person who's prepping for the unknown. Actually, we could start with right behind you, something that some shops don't bother to carry, but I think for hobbyists is very important, and that's the supplies. Tubes on the left, square tubes, then there's round tubes. We have 2x2 holders, cardboard, and the plastic flips, cleaning solutions, magnifiers, currency holders, currency pages, and of course then Whitman albums, the famous ones we all started with, the threefold, and also the better albums, and airtights for your better coins.
So you guys got all the supplies,
Yeah.
and of course you guys have all the coins. Can we see all of the coins, Harry?
I think we should do that.
By the way, good to see you, Bill.
Yeah, good to see you.
All right, so what do we got down here?
Down here we have still some very, very popular series, starting with on top here, Lincoln cents from 1909 to the late 50s.
Okay.
Right under it are Indian cents. Again, try to have a date run from 1857 all the way to 1909. And then on the bottom we have nickels, starting with V nickels, or Liberty nickels as they're called, and Buffalo nickels. And towards the very end, we get into Jeffersons. We sell a lot of this. People come in with their albums and are trying to fill holes. And so we're restocking this every single day.
Nice. What do we got up here?
On top here is just some grab bags. We've got some 2-pound bags of foreign coins. We sell a lot of those. Kids love them. Also people who are just maybe want a coin from each country. It's just fun to go through those. And then we have obsolete world notes at 50 cents each from dozens of countries. And then we have a little better notes here from various countries, and these are typically 50% off. We price these by the catalog, and then whatever it is, we cut it in half at the cash register.
Gotcha. So these ones here are sort of picked through, maybe the more premium ones, better condition. Look at that. Crazy. Yeah. Wow. And then these here are just going to be more assorted. Maybe the condition isn't as good on these ones, but still really interesting stuff to own.
I personally was never a currency collector, but I've come to appreciate that aspect of the hobby by the people who've come in here and really enjoy that sort of thing. I'm going to have Bill kind of step in and Richard too, because what Bill and Richard have done here is set up a really fantastic world and ancient section. We have 2 showcases dedicated to it in alphabetical order. I'll defer to the experts on this one.
All right, so what do we? Why don't we start with the first case here? What are we looking at?
Yeah, first of all, Harry's given Richard and I a great opportunity to feature this much foreign coins. Most coin shops domestically just don't have this array, but
Sure.
The way we've chosen to do it is rough alphabetical order, so you're starting at the A's here and working your way through. In the showcases, we try and feature a little bit more premium pieces, either numismatically or the silver and whatnot. And a new feature that we've done is I'm putting out some picks of the week here. Got a love token here. This is someone has carved a 1944 British silver shilling into a little pendant for their sweetheart.
That's perfect because today's actually Valentine's Day.
There you go, exactly.
I'll probably post this in a day or a few days, but that's perfect for the day. Cool.
Also have an Ireland under George the First, halfpenny here. And of course, you look at the time range, 1723, that's something that also circulated at times in the colonies due to the small change shortage.
Okay.
And here's something that Richard found and it's a heavily toned U.S. Philippines 20 centavo. Of course, the back is normal uncirculated. This side is heavy color toning.
Wow, beautiful.
Bitcoin did hit 50,000 the other day, so I thought I'd put it in there. And then we have an 1814 Russia ruble under Tsar Alexander. They had just expelled Napoleon when this was issued.
Wow.
Yeah.
What's up with this elongated cent?
That's from the New York World's Fair. That's probably the last World's Fair that was really of a major significance. And so that would have been a pressed wheat penny.
So basically, every week you're going to put out some new assorted coins here. And if people want to come see Bill's picks, this is where they find them, huh?
Yeah, and before there was slabbing, this is a Canadian company that would certify Canada coins, ICCS, and they're notoriously strict, and as Canadian collectors are. But I kept it in the original holder there.
You think it's better than AU 55?
Yeah, I would call it a 58. But
Wow, all right.
I mentioned this off the record the other day, but we did have a group of James the First stuff come in,
Yeah.
which I haven't had time to price yet, but this is just one example, and it's a Linux farthing. So it's got, and it has an interesting cut or die break error on the obverse there. And then, of course, it has an Irish harp on the reverse.
When I think of farthings, it reminds me of Robin Hood, the animated one.
Why don't you open it?
Oh boy, one whole farthing.
But that's what it immediately reminds me of. I guess they used the currency during that time. All right, cool. So we have all the world coins here in this case, and then you guys actually have, looks like some more world coins up here as well.
Continue through the alphabet in this case, and then separately, I have an ancients tray and a medievals tray.
So these are the medievals, mostly up top here.
Yeah, proper.
What would be one of your favorites or something you want to notate?
My personal favorite, and it's not properly medieval, but it is hammered, which is why I put it with it. You have the Wild Man, which is from German mythology. He's basically their equivalent of Bigfoot, and he appeared on a lot of 1600s German coinage.
Wow, that's awesome. Do you fancy yourself a wild man, Bill?
Well, they do call me Wild Bill, but
All right, so we got the medieval stuff, and you mentioned ancients as well.
this is just an array of primarily Roman, but some Greek-speaking coins. So primarily Roman is what we find in the ancients, what walks into the shop. That's the most common. Occasionally we'll get things, for instance, this is from the Seleucid Empire, you know, of the Alexander the Great's generals after he died.
Wow.
So sometimes you get some Greek world coins like that, but
So when we're talking ancient, how old does it have to be to qualify?
again, that's kind of subjective where you cut off between ancient and medieval. But most people would basically include Eastern Roman Empire stuff later into the ancients category for stylistic reasons, and then begin counting like Western European stuff as medieval after the fall of the Roman Empire.
Gotcha. All right. So we got a lot of cool stuff here that you probably wouldn't see in every coin shop. Adrian, maybe do you want to talk about what's in this case here?
Sure. Yeah, so this is where we have our U.S. coins. Where you can find, you know, some seated coinage, bust coinage,
Very
large cents, very nice early type stuff.
Yeah, I noticed you actually have some slabbed stuff down here too. So if people are walking into a coin shop and they see stuff in these cases, these are called slabs. What's the benefit of buying a coin in a slab as opposed to just buying a raw coin like the other ones down there?
Yeah, so when you get it in a slab, it's been graded by a company, and we have a perfect example here. We have PCGS, NGC, and ANEX.
Okay, which one's the most reputable?
So it's between these two mostly, even though ANEX, the ANA is the one that started the grading services for coins. But all three of them are recognized and, you know, accepted by collectors. But mainly what people collect are the NGC and the PCGS. We also have the CACG. So CAC was a company that they would sticker your coins, your PCGS and NGC coins, to let you know that they were strong for the grade. So now they have released their own grading company. So it's CACG.
Interesting.
So CAC grading. So these coins, they have strict rules and guidelines of how they grade coins. So these have been pretty well received by the market. But another thing is, we're able to submit to them, and we're able to get coins graded by them. So it's kind of like a closed group for dealers and collectors. So if you're looking for any cat coins, we have those too, which is only a handful of dealers are able to submit to them.
Now, the ones that they grade, are these considered high for the grade as well?
Yeah, solid for the grade.
Okay. So before they would put a sticker on coins graded by like NGC or PCGS.
Correct.
Now, with their own slabs and their own grading, it's essentially telling you what the grade is, not necessarily the highest one in the grade.
Correct.
Okay.
So it's just it's strong for the grade.
So would you say these are just as reputable as the PCGS and the NGC ones?
Definitely, if not even a little more. Because I personally, if I see these 3 coins and they're the exact same coin, I'm buying this one.
There you go. Wow. So yeah, I mean, even with grading stuff, I'm learning in this video. That's why I love talking to you guys.
Yeah, and look at the holder. I mean, it's just a beautiful holder. You compare it to like the PCGS and the NGC holder. I mean, it's just beautiful.
Yeah, that is gorgeous. I love that.
I love how you can see, all around the edge of the coin. What I love about their holders too, they're made in the USA, and it says right on the holder.
Wow, let me get a
So I know that's something that John really, took upon himself that he wanted to do.
There you go, made in the USA. So another reason to buy those.
Definitely.
Very cool. All right, so we learned about slab coins. We got to take a look at some more of the US coins here. Now we're getting to one of my favorite parts of the shop, the bullion section. So we have some gold backs. We've got some sovereign mint US coins up top. And of course, you got gold over here, which people are familiar with.
Yes.
Do you want to talk a little bit about the bullion you guys offer?
What we try to do in this showcase, the top shelf would be gold and sovereign silver, not US. So maples, Krugerrands, kangaroos, Philharmonics. The second shelf usually has some eagles, if not all eagles, depending on what our inventory is. And then we start with the silver rounds and bars and continue that on the bottom because the generic rounds are still the best seller for us. And now we've recently added a wonderful new thing called the gold backs, which the reason we added these is because almost a day doesn't go by that we don't get asked, do you carry gold backs? It's a way to trade gold in small increments that's affordable the way silver, junk silver, constitutional silver is. And I think we're going to do real well with these because of all the current demand for them. And they are quite beautiful too.
Yeah, they are really
The
cool.
artwork is amazing on these.
Yeah, gorgeous.
Just absolutely amazing.
I love the Wyoming ones. So yeah, if you want to barter, these would certainly be a great option. And they are gold. If you want to, barter for a can of beans or something, you could do it with these. You certainly couldn't do it with gold
Well, if
coins.
you're hungry enough, you would, but it'd be a waste.
Yeah.
So if you're really into it, you can get a gold backs wallet
There you go.
with room for all the different denominations.
Awesome. So we got the gold backs now. Very cool to see that. We got the silver rounds, silver bars, silver coins, all this stuff. What do we have in the case right over here?
Kind of continuing the theme of bullion, but in this case, this would be the constitutional or junk silver.
Okay.
And this would be the U.S. pre-1965 90% silver.
All right. So we got, looks like $half on the bottom. And then we got quarters.
Silver dollars and dimes and miscellaneous. We've got Mercury, Standing Liberties. A little light on inventory. Yesterday with the price dip, it was going out the door pretty fast.
People were taking advantage of the dip, huh?
They sure were. But we'll regroup and we'll have this restocked in a day or two.
We can always order things for people if they're looking for them. Even 90% are gold, silver. So if you don't see it in our shop, we can always order it for you as well.
Yeah, and the cool thing is if you come down here, like I've done over 30 videos with you guys, every single time it's different. People bring you stuff and sell stuff to you and you guys acquire more inventory. So it's nice to see the variety and how it changes every day.
Well, as our friend Jerry Bobby says, it's not a museum, so things do change constantly around here. It's not a permanent display by any stretch. Although the sections we try to have remain the same so that people get familiar with their way around the shop.
Yeah, that's a really good idea. Now, I know Richard actually came up with this idea right here. Do you want to talk about the world silver coins here, Richard?
I mean, this constantly changes too. Usually there's a lot of Canadian in there, but today you can see it's a lot of British coins in there right now, and that's just based off of what's been coming into the shop.
And then you actually have some Canadian silver at melt right here. This is one of the best prices, huh?
It was one of my favorites before I had the shop and I was stacking, even though, you know, I talked about that not being the ideal way to stack. It was something I enjoyed.
All right, so we've got the silver at melt. We got the world silver. We do have one more case here, and this one looks to have an assortment of proof and other sets.
This case, I try to have emphasized U.S. Mint products.
Okay.
The U.S. Mint is the biggest coin retailer in America, and as such, they produce a lot of product. Frankly, a lot of this stuff you can buy less expensively in the aftermarket, like a coin shop such as ours, versus buying it from the mint. As long as you're a little bit patient and don't have to have it the year it comes out, you can usually find U.S. Mint products for less than the issue price in a coin shop. So we try to have date runs of silver proof sets, standard proof sets, which are these two trays, and then sets we've broken apart because people don't always want the whole set. Sometimes they just have a hole to fill in an album. So we have dollars, half dollars, and then the smaller denominations. We've started recently also putting out U.S. Mint sets, which are the business or uncirculated strikes of U.S. coins. And I can't keep this thing in stock either. This has just been flying out of here.
And you actually have a bunch of other items down here in the case, which seem to be an assortment, but certainly from the U.S. Mint.
Yeah, these are examples of the annual commemorative dollars that the Mint puts out. And what's really cool about these dollars is not only does the design and the themes change every year, but what doesn't change every year is these coins are the same amount of silver as traditional Peace and Morgan dollars, and they contain 0.773 troy ounce of silver in each coin.
I see. And actually, you know, this one here is $25. I bet that cost a lot more when it came out from the Mint, huh?
I'm nearly certain of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Crazy. You do have some notes as well down here in the corner.
Yeah, it's kind of by default. I wasn't really sure where to put these. And this is another example of something I was not interested in personally, but people ask all the time, do you have silver certificates? Do you have any red seal notes? So we try to have an assortment of these at all times in this showcase. We try to keep these in stock too. These are the silver pre-1965 proof sets. They make great gifts for parents who might have been born in the 50s or 60s, and also just beautiful examples of the coiner's art prior to the clad era.
Yeah, I certainly prefer the silver ones myself.
Absolutely.
If there's anything in the shop, you know, people would like to visit us, I'm sure, but they're maybe not able to make it all the way out here to Oregon. We do run a lot of stuff on our Whatnot. We got it right here. We're Beach City Coins on Whatnot. They just download the app from the App Store, the Google Play Store.
People will have to follow you guys on Whatnot and Instagram as well.
Yeah.
We have some people who come in and always stop here first, and this is the bargain bin.
The bargain bin. How could we have missed the bargain bin?
All kinds of things that we put in here, world coins, U.S. coins, metals, odds and ends that people just find interesting, and usually at a really, really good price.
Yes, you'll have to check out the bargain bin on your way into the shop.
Or on your way out.
Or on your way out. Very cool. Well, I do appreciate the time, Harry.
Thanks, Silver Dragon.
Yeah, good to see you, Bill.
Good to see you as always.
Yeah, we'll do the rounds here. Richard, Adrian, and Harry as well.
Yes, sir.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.